Made in Hollywood.
The Chief Creative Officer for a digital studio is responsible for developing content for mobile and streaming devices. Kathleen Grace attended McGill University. Prior to joining Newform Digital Studios, Ms. Grace created the critically acclaimed web series The Berg, as well as serving as the head of creative development at YouTube Space, Los Angeles.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Grace. I am the Chief Creative Officer of Newform Digital. You're watching Made in Hollywood, and now here's a clip from The Fourth Door.
You're not supposed to be here.
As the Chief Creative Officer, how would you describe your responsibilities here at Newform Digital?
I dictate all the creative we work on, essentially acting as an executive or producer across all of our slates, determining kind of what we fund, what talent we work with, and then I work very closely with our development and production teams to kind of act upon that slate, as well as function as a business leader. So I go out into the community, I find out new distribution partners we're working with, and then I sell our series to those distribution partners or even advertising brands.
Right, so we're still kind of in this transition phase from TV into digital. For people who maybe don't know, what is this new digital age? What is the new digital world?
What I think is interesting and exciting about this new digital world is there's an entire audience that's used to consuming content on their desktop, on their phones, on their tablets, and they aren't consuming linear television. You know, millennials are decreasingly consuming cable television and linear television. That doesn't mean they're not watching TV shows. They're just watching them on Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. But they're also consuming tons of, their favorite YouTubers, cool short form series on mobile devices. And so there's this proliferation of digital distribution platforms that are entirely geared towards what you consume on your phone, on your desktop. And so there are so many more platforms for this very rabid audience to consume the content they love.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Go90?
So Go90 is a new mobile video platform launched by Verizon. You can get it on Verizon phones as well as any phone. You can just download it, it's an app. It's all for consuming short form, mobile friendly content. So tons and tons of content on there. Great stuff from Awesomeness TV, great stuff from us, obviously, including The Fourth Door. Right now, The Fourth Door can only be found on Go90. It's a really, to be frank, a very well-made premium show that's meant to be consumed on your phone. And so it is shorter form, it is more densely paced, a lot more happens in 10 minutes in this than I think, in a traditional kind of show. And so it's a really driving plot line and it's really fun to watch.
This is all kind of something new, so I'm sure you didn't know when you were a kid that this was exactly what you wanted to do, right?
No.
What was it that you wanted to do?
I originally moved to New York City when I was 22 to be a theater director. And then I realized I did not want to make things for the same aging audience over and over again, and that I would be interested in TV and film. And then in parallel to me kind of figuring out that I wanted to be in TV and film, I had noticed that my friends were watching a lot of videos on channel101.com, which is Dan Harmon's I think it's monthly pilot competition that he does online as well as in person here in LA. And I was like, well, I don't need Dan Harmon to make a show and put it on the internet. I can just make a show and put it on the internet myself. And this was before YouTube launched. This was in like 2005. YouTube wasn't a thing people knew about. So I bought a website URL, I developed a show with my friends and we started shooting it. And I called a friend of mine who was a software engineer and was like, can you help me figure out how to get the right video player to embed? I hired my best friend from high school to design the website and then we were off and running. Like I was like, I can figure out how to build a website. And the technology's there, the distribution point is there, it's free. Vimeo, YouTube, Vine, Snapchat, like there's so many places for you to be creating content. There's really no excuse for you not to be.